Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'm sitting here in Bordeaux. I'm bloody freezing. Hence the hood up and trying to stay warm. I do have the heat on this time, but I just wanted to. I'm possibly going to cry with this one, but I haven't posted in a while, and it's probably because I was at home with my family and focused on that, and also because I was probably reflecting on everything. I just wanted to, share. Sometimes the hardest things we can do in life is cut out the noise and listen to ourselves. And I was doing that this morning in the Columbus coffee shop on Rue St. Catherine. I like it up there. They're friendly. They're nice. They were wishing everyone a Happy New Year, or Bonne Année in French. I've met the loveliest people in Bordeaux. And sometimes I get attached. Like when I was going on the plane, met a lovely guy who knows people that I know in Bordeaux. And I remember one lady, I sensed she was trying to set us up, but, as I said, the hardest thing we do in life is cut the noise and get still and listen to ourselves, because, I have, in a lot of ways, been guided by other people my whole life. I've allowed them to steer my ship. Even now, like, I know my path it's not what I'm on at the moment. I listen to a lot of videos on YouTube about how people say different things, and I guess, that's all fine, and sometimes they trigger us and they're really helpful, but, the main thing is, my Italian-Irish Yoda friend always says it's stillness is where we find the answers, and it really is. It is stillness. And the hardest thing in life is getting still, because there's always distractions. The next hardest part is trusting the next step. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. And it's really hard, because I find myself getting distracted by any app on my tablet, my telephone. But I'd encourage everyone, if you can, to even try and get still. And I don't call it meditation, because it's funny, I had this conversation with my guru, my Italian-Irish guru last night, and she was like, she used to tell me, like, she told me things like her husband used to meditate by cooking. Meditation, when we think about it, is, for me, it causes me anxiety, that word, for whatever reason. But if I just ask myself to sit and breathe, I find it much gentler. So I guess whatever way you word it, so it feels gentle to you. And it's about getting out of the mind. And for me, it's sometimes journaling, and that's what I was doing this morning, drinking a nice coffee, watching the world go by. But I realized my focus now has to be wholeness, and trusting that, and trusting the next step, and that life will guide us, to the best way for us to grow. And yeah, it's really wholeness. I watched a delivery guy this morning, and for me, a lot of times that want is there to be with someone, to have that life that I've always dreamed of with someone. And at the moment, that would be, I watched a video on it last night, a trauma bond, because it would be out of a need to feel like loved, or it'd be out of need. And that's something I'd enjoy, but I don't need. And I guess it is really to focus on wholeness and trust that. So trust the next step where life is guiding me. So I'd encourage you, if you can, to get still and to focus and to trust that voice. We don't need to see 100 million steps ahead. We only need this step. So I'd kind of ask that maybe it's something to look at and get still, switch off the phones. I realise the irony of it, I'm making a video, but it's my greatest wish for people, because it's really hard to get still, and, you know, it's hard. It's hard to get still in this world, but it's so rewarding. And, you know, letting go and trusting your next step, if you can do that for yourself, it's really a gift you give yourself. And it's how we fill ourselves up, really, with love. Trusting ourselves and, you know, showing ourselves compassion and love and gentleness, and going, okay, I'm resilient. I know myself, and I know the path that I'd like to be on. So life, can you guide me? And it will always guide you, but it will only guide the next step. And, you know, that's okay. We have trust and we have faith. I wish you all such a beautiful day, and Happy New Year. And I will talk to you all very soon.